Good afternoon and welcome to live coverage of the Dritte Liga, the third tier in Germany. It's match day 14 and we have a derby match for you as Bayreuth host 1860 Munich. So Bayreuth just getting us underway here in front of 12,000 fans. It's sold out. It's a big one for Bayreuth hosting 1860. And well, you can't see it there from the stand across the pitch, but it's almost 50-50 between 1860 fans and Bayreuth fans here. So it's a big chance for the visitors, 1860, to keep up the pressure at the top as they visit the bottom side Bayreuth, who are battling to not go straight back down to the regional leagues. However, in a derby, anything can happen. And so we're looking forward to an entertaining 90 minutes here. Well, the long ball forward and already causing problems. Deichmann, who's been in fine form so far this season for 1860. Team currently in second spot in the league. Bayreuth have struggled with goal scoring. They've only had 3 goal scorers this season so far, as Thomas Kleiner, who only arrived here in July after taking over from Timo Rost, who was moved to Erzgebirge Aue. It's a tough start for him in his coaching career. His team have only won 2 matches so far this season. They are the lowest scorers in the league and they have the worst defence as well. So there's no respite for them at either end. And they've got the worst home record in the league too, with only 1 win here, only 4 goals scored. They've had no home wins in 4 matches when hosting. And they lost their last match by 3-0 at Halle. So really struggling, which is in complete contrast to 1860 under Michael Kölner. They've had a great October and we want to end it with a bang here. They're currently second, 2 points behind Elversberg and 4 clear of Ingolstadt. They've only lost 2 matches all season, 1 away from home. And last time out they won by 3-1 at home to Wien Wiesbaden. Deichmann, Skenderovic and Rieder all scoring in the second half. So they're a very patient side, 1860. But they were really annoyed to concede in stoppage time. That goes to show their ambitions for this season. The goal meant very little to the final result, but still they wanted to keep another clean sheet for Hiller in goal, and they failed to do so with almost the last kick of the game. So we're 3 minutes in, and both sides just settling here in this rousing atmosphere in a Bavarian derby. Not one of the big ones. However, local rivalry is local rivalry. As Verlat here gets hold of the ball at the back for 1860. And well, that's a poor piece of play in midfield, and George can come forwards here. It's a deflected effort. Now the ball back in again, and almost the opener there. Zeynulahu with the ball in, and Stockinger throwing himself at it. It's good pressing in midfield from Bayreuth to give themselves the chance. And look how close he was to making contact. Surely, if he had have made any contact, Hiller would not have been able to react there. Good chance for the home side, and a wake-up call perhaps for 1860. Oh, Hiller untested. Gets the ball upfield. It's headed down by Greuss. Now on the chase is Nollenberger, the top scorer for Bayreuth so far this season. He's been a bright spot for them with his 5 goals. Lannert here, trying to get down the right-hand side. As we see Thomas Kleiner on the sidelines, will have been disappointed not to score. As we tick over 5 minutes, still goalless. Well, again, patient play from the away side. Verl across for Verlat, back to Verlat again. Now the diagonal ball, and it's floated over to Lannert. It's a good one, gets the cross in and hacked clear by Weber, but it will come straight back at Bayreuth. Well, you would expect this to be one-way traffic going by the situation in the table. 1860 looking to hold their position as favourites here. Oh, Michael Kummer looking extremely relaxed. As Himmerich gets the throw in. It's headed back there by Rieder, but foul seen by the referee. Moores with the ball across to Weber and back to the keeper Colbert. And the ball out to the right-hand side. Good use of width here from Bayreuth. Now the long ball forward, headed clear by Morgalla. Incidentally, 1860 completely unchanged from last time out against Wien Wiesbaden. As we see Deichmann just running a ball out of play. Bayreuth looking to get on with it as quickly as possible. In fact, given us a free kick there for a high boot from Deichmann. Now here's Weber. Zinallahu just giving it away to Verlat, one of the top defenders in the league, and tries to spray it towards the corner. Too far ahead though of the man on the run. There was Deichmann. Oh, you can see the 1860 fans turning up in their droves here to follow the team. As Colbert with the goal kick gets it well upfield. Looking for the nod down there was Groys. That's already gone out there as the eventual clearance was sliced anyway from Himmerich. With the throw again, and that will just drift out for another goal kick for Bayreuth. We'll be looking to keep this goalless for as long as possible, cancel out 1860, but they have had the best chance of the game so far. As here they come again. It's a nice ball down the right-hand side towards Zinallahu again. The eventual cross which comes in is off Verlat and out for the first corner of the game. Just catching Verlat there square in the ribs. And the home fans with something to cheer about here. As Heinrich goes across to take this one. Kronberger will be hoping to get in there sniffing around. It's a low ball in. Verlat gets it away. And hacked clear in the end. Himmerich just leaving it to go out of play. 10 minutes played here, goalless. Bayreuth will be happy with the start they've made. They've been under a little bit of pressure, not too much. They've been able to come clear on a couple of occasions. They probably have thought they'd be pinned back. As the flag goes up there, free kick for Bayreuth. A short ball infield for Kirsch. The run is down the right-hand side for Zenulahu. He's the man who creates the chances for them. The man from Kosovo. Moos. As Kirsch, that's a lovely ball out to the left-hand side here for Hemmerich. The ball back for Groys. And they're going all the way back to the goalkeeper, just resetting. It's good patient play, as they found it difficult to get used to the level of football here in the Dritte Liga. Quite a step up from the regional leagues. But they've had some excellent afternoons here. They've sold out now for the 3rd time this season, after the cup game against Hamburg and the league game against Dynamo Dresden. Skenderovic there just tries to feed it through, got too much on it though, and an easy one for Kolber to come. Now it's Nollenberger, and he was immediately looking for George. George was yet to score in the league this season, playing up front. Weber. My 1860 at the moment, just waiting to see how this develops in the game away from home. They don't need to go herring forward to try and get goals. They do score a lot of their goals in the second halves of games. And get stronger as the 90 minutes goes on. As that can't be kept in. A long ball across from Wöhl. No chance for Steinhardt to keep it in. As there's a turn there, Steinhardt takes the ball back immediately. This is Verlat. Morgalla. Getting the ball rolling out towards the right for Deichmann. Quick ball on here. And it's well cleared in the end by Moos. Deciding to keep it simple with his clearance. That's Lannert. With the throw in towards Deichmann. And clips in the cross. It's a diving header clear. Little bit of pressure here for Bayreuth to deal with. Lannert with the next attempted cross, and it comes off Nollenberger. And it's another throw in. It's taken quickly by Lannert. They're starting just to up the pace here. And getting plenty of crosses into the box. Steinhardt, though, just couldn't quite take that one on board after it was flicked on towards him by Vrenetzi. And that's another 5 minutes that Bayreuth have survived without conceding. call out towards the left-hand side. Emmerich trying to cross towards Stockinger. Got nowhere near him, but Bayreuth have managed to keep possession. Ball just brought down here in midfield finally by Rieder. After it was bouncing around from end to end for a while. A little bit scrappy. Steinhardt, his attempted ball down the line, blocked. As again we see Thomas Kleiner, the Bayreuth head coach. That's an easy one to bring down there for Lannert. It's on here for Deichmann. Up for Rieder, towards the far stick. Vranetzi will try to keep this in. He's managed to get there. Looks up, delivers immediately. And the Bayreuth defence coming under a little bit more pressure now. So far they've dealt with these crosses from either side very well indeed. That's a cracking challenge coming in on the edge of the box there. But the counter-attack is snuffed out immediately. Rieder. Morgalla, short ball up into midfield, popped back to him. Morgalla decides he's going to go on a run forwards here. Deichmann can't bring it under control. Morgalla continues to press, and he's done very, very well. Deichmann, little bit of space for him. He looks up, and it's another header clear from Weber. Weber and Morse so far doing extremely well. As the challenges are starting to come in now, Deichmann, good strength, and now feeding it forward, but the offside flag has been raised there against Lachenmacher, the top scorer for 1860. Well, his eyes lit up as the ball came towards him, but he'd mistimed his run in behind. In the end, the defender managed to get back there and block his effort as he was playing to the whistle. Good defending again there from Bayreuth. Lovely organisation. Springing the offside trap as the interception is made there. And the ball immediately looking forward for Nollenberger. Morgalla doing brilliantly to head it clear. Emmerich just trying to calm the game down here. If they can reach 20 minutes at 0-0, they will be delighted with that. And the Bayreuth fans happy with what they're seeing so far. And they're looking for handball there, Bayreuth, but 1860 playing on under the referee's instructions. And the ball forward, well intercepted there by Heinrich. Forward for Kirsch. And that's a beautiful ball down the right-hand side. Stockinger in behind towards George, and it's just a yard ahead of him. Well, he didn't even try to stretch for it. There's a wry smile on his face. Perhaps he should and could have got there. And those are the kinds of breaks that Bayreuth really need to make use of if they're to shock 1860 this afternoon. Well, here it is again. Ball down the line for Stocking. A good pace from him. He's looking up all the way. He sees George in there and just mistimes it. Well, he went for it with his wrong foot, really, rather than going for it left-footed. You think that might be the better option. Tried to go for it with his right, with the outside of the boot, but the chance had gone. Oh, Thomas Kleiner will be looking back on that and regretting it, much like the chance in the opening 5 minutes for them, as they could be in again. But the flag is raised against Nollenberger. Hiller saved anyway, as it flies back up towards the other end. Vrenetsi, Skenderovic, Lannert, and Deichmann. And that's a good block on that from George, working back with his defence. Deichmann wanting more from his teammates. There's no foul given there. Surely the second time. The referee unmoved, but 1860 still have possession. That up into the attacking half and just rolls it back here for Hiller. You can see Michael Kulner's come out to the edge of the technical area. I think he's just trying to squeeze the midfield. There's a couple more long balls like that one to test out the Bayreuth defence. They managed to deal with it before Lachenmacher could get there. The first quarter of the game has flown by here in this Bavarian derby between Bayreuth and 1860. No goals as yet. As that challenge is well won. Down the right-hand side, and there's too much on it for Skenderovic. And he's furious with the supply line towards him from Verl, who did so well to win the ball. Perhaps 1860 just starting to show a little bit of frustration that things are not going all their own way as they would have expected. Away to the bottom team. Keeping a close eye there on Deichmann. Here's Greuss. And with the longer throw here towards Lachenmacher. Deichmann closed down immediately again. Seems they have identified him as the real danger in this 1860 lineup, as that's another nice ball forward. Skenderovic rolls it back for Deichmann. And Kolber with the save. Well, that's the first shot with any real anger from 1860. It's taken 24 minutes to come. Nollenberger looking for the crossfield ball for Stockinger. It looked as though the header back to Hiller wouldn't get there. And it's good alert keeping from Hiller. No harm done for 1860. Now the reverse ball for Deichmann. Tries to cut in as he brought down. Referee not giving anything, he goes down again. Still play goes on, a deep ball towards Lachenmacher. Steinhardt just trying to tow it through towards the striker. Doesn't get there. And the referee allowing play to go on again as Heinrich went down. It's a really competitive one at the moment as Velat steps in on George. Another flying challenge on Velat there. Referee Aitekin has experience at the top level, and he's quite happy to let these challenges come in. He's the local man himself. From near Nuremberg. That's 25 minutes gone and goalless. Couple of chances for Bayreuth. They didn't make contact with them though. 1860 just starting to wake up, getting a shot on target for the first time from Deichmann a couple of minutes ago. Here is Deichmann trying to keep the ball rolling in midfield, and the foul comes in on Wörl. It's Lannert. Wörl again. Nice ball out towards the left, but Steinhardt can't nod it into his own run. Longer ball up towards George, trying to hold it up. It's just nicked away from him by Morgalla. Lannert, he's in a bit of space here. And the cross had a really good shape to it, and it's excellent defending from Weber. With Lachenmacher in there, you can see it's heading straight towards him. And it's an awkward one for Weber, but he's done very well indeed. He's gone down with a little bit of an ankle injury, but he looks as though he can run it off. So corner for 1860. Is this where they can make the breakthrough? It's a good one. It's right under the bar as well, and it just has to be punched clear by Colbert. And again, a harried clearance from Bayreuth. Let's have another look at it here. You'd have to say he did well there in the end, the goalkeeper. Bayreuth just unable to keep hold of the ball for any sustained period of time. They keep giving it away in midfield to 1860. It's a very dangerous tactic indeed. Lannert just drifting infield, forward for Lachenmacher. Knocked away from him by Moos. Those long balls coming to nothing, although Nollenberger doing well to put pressure on Velat. George gets the ball back again off the defender. Not really enough support up at the moment for Bayreuth, as the next ball does eventually come in from Heinrich. It's sliced out of play for a goal kick for 1860, right on half an hour. It looks as though Velat is feeling the brunt of that challenge on him. And he's a key defender for 1860. Gets the ball rolling out from the back, and he's also scored 3 goals so far this season. Well, he's back on his feet, the Dutchman. Looks as though he's okay to continue. Long ball forward there towards Skenderovic, just evading him. There's a quick free kick is taken. It was given away by Steinhardt, looking to break in behind with George here. What's the referee going to give here? Well, it's a free kick for 1860 in the end. Good physical battle there between George and Verlaat. Now Vranetsi. And he feeds the ball in. It's half cleared. And the goalkeeper comes in to claim. That's exactly what Bayreuth needed there. As Deichmann seems to have taken a knock here on the top of his head. And you can see there, it's a really painful one with Hemmerich. He looks to be okay to continue. Itakin just making sure everything's fine. Wolves just managing to evade Lachenmacher there. Header forward from Deichmann. Looks fine after that knock. And there's George now, looking to slide it through for Stockinger. And the challenges again flying in. 1860 come clear with it. Lachenmacher, it's towards him. He knocks it around the goalkeeper. Was he in an offside position? It seems not. Well, that was very dangerous indeed for 1860. Vranetsi with the ball forward. Lachenmacher just delaying his run. And he knocked it around the keeper easily enough, but the defenders were back helping out. That's superb defending. 33 minutes in. Can Bayreuth get to half-time without conceding here to the team second in the Dritte Liga? Steinhardt, we know that he has great quality from set pieces with that left foot. And it comes, and well, that time over everyone. And out of play on the far side. As the 1860 fans still roaring on their team away from home. Kirsch finding the chest there of George. Weber, longer ball forward. Nollenberger sprinting to try and get there, but Michael Hiller coming to the edge of the box to claim. And bowling the ball out immediately for Lannert. And there's a lovely ball for Vranetsi. Starting to get a little bit more of the ball now, but it's just nudged away from him as he approached the penalty area. George dropping deep. And George gets it again. Just held up by Verl. Stockinger. And the foul given against Stockinger there. The flag going the way of Steinhardt. Very difficult to see. It was a 50-50, really. So we've got 10 minutes to go now before half-time. A little bit frustrating for 1860 as we see Michael Kullner furiously writing notes on the sidelines. Might be thinking of bringing on Marcel Beer for his comeback. The man who was the top scorer in the Dritte Liga last season has been injury ravaged so far this season. They haven't really missed him, but perhaps today he can give them a big boost by coming on. It's not quite clicked into gear for 1860 so far this afternoon, as you would have expected against the bottom team. And as Kulna said in the lead up to the game, Bayreuth have very rarely been hammered this season. There's only really 2 matches, including the last one against Halle, where they've been completely outclassed. As Deichmann, it's a floated ball, and it will just go out of play, just shepherded out by the defender there, Heinrich. 1860 will keep on going, you can guarantee that. Remember in their last match against Wiesbaden, it took until the second half for them to score the goals. Deichmann, Skenderovic and Rieder all scoring in the second half there. As Renetzi just tries to go on a little dribble. It's cut out though by Kirsch. Push there from Hemmerich. Oh, no yellow cards in the game so far in this derby. It's been pretty feisty, but very fair. Not too many stoppages. Vrenetzi. It's a very deep free kick. Steinhardt comes across, perhaps just to shift it here. Well, they're not sure what they're going to do here. The two of them, Steinhardt now flips it out towards the far side of the penalty area. Volleyed clear. It's a high one, nodded back in. Verlaerts with the flick on. Now the chest down and the volley. And it's just flashed wide from the Dutch defender. That was very good technique indeed. Well, let's have a look how far wide it was. Not wide at all. And it was curling back towards goal as well. I don't think the keeper, Kolber, would have got there. It's been given as a corner. It just took a nick on its way through. Well, it's a second corner in quick succession. It's back in again and hammered clear by Bayreuth this time. Just over 5 minutes to go in this first half. And although territorially 1860 have been on top, they haven't had too many efforts, only 2 that I can really think of, with Deichmann forcing Kolbe into the save and then that Verlaerts volley a couple of minutes ago. Bayreuth yet to test out Hiller, but they have had 2 chances where they didn't make contact with the ball in the 18-yard box and would surely have finished off those chances. As it's through for Lachenmacher, and a big save there from Colbert. Well, a big stretch there from Colbert in goal to keep it goalless here. As they could be through on goal here. Play goes on, Nollenberger, George, and he's opened the scoring. What a counter-attack that is. Unbelievable from one end to the other, and Bayreuth lead. The bottom side ahead against second place, 1860. Well, let's have another look here. They come through midfield. Stockinger is not pressed at all, and it's a lovely ball for Nollenberger. And a tap in for George. Well, that's a massively celebrated goal for him. Well, incredible. Bayreuth have just stayed in there, keeping it competitive. And they finally got the goal that they're looking for. It's George's first of the season. Well, now it's starting to get a little bit tetchy. Out on that far side, Vrenetzi. Just showing some frustration. Well, they're not used to falling behind 1860. It looks as though he's taking exception to something that Kirsch just said to him. And it's a free kick for 1860, and the yellow card does come out eventually for Kirsch. Well, we're in for a real treat in the second half now. We've still got 2.5 minutes to go in this first period. There won't be too much stoppage time, as in fact it's Stockinger who showed the yellow. Steinhardt with the ball in. Bayreuth have got something to really hold on to now with that goal. 41st minute from George. So Skenderovic it was who had the chance, and then straight up the other end, and George scored all within the same minute. This is another volleyed clearance here. It's just run out of play. 90 seconds left in the first half. Michael Kölner, that is a real slap in the face for him, that his team are one down coming towards half-time at the bottom team, Bayreuth. They need a little bit more precision in the final third, 1860. They've got into good crossing positions time and time again in this first half, but not been able to find a blue and white shirt. Bayreuth have sat deep, a low block, and when they have broken out, it's caused 1860 problems. George, though, with the only goal of the first half so far. Here he is with the volley over his own head. Hold up play, and that's clipped over the top. It's a lovely one for Nollenberger to bring down. It's a cool head, incidentally, for the goal from Nollenberger. Could have gone for goal himself, instead rolled it to his right, where George was completely unmarked and could just tap home. And Hiller was beaten. So a minute of time added on for us then. 1860 would love to go in level here, having fallen behind so late in the half, but it's looking unlikely. Time is running out for them. But you can expect them to throw the kitchen sink at Bayreuth in the second half. They will just drop deeper and deeper, you'd imagine. Simulahu just holding the ball, seeing out the final seconds of the first half, and they'll go in the lead. That is massive in the Dritte Liga, the bottom side lead in the Bavarian derby by 1-0 against second place 1860. Join us in the second half to see if 1860 can come back at them. Welcome back to the second half of this Dritte Liga match between Bayreuth and 1860, the bottom side hosting the second place team in a Bavarian derby. And surprisingly, it's the home side Bayreuth who have the lead. George scoring the only goal of the game so far, 4 minutes before half-time. A shock to the system for 1860. Let's see what they can do in the second half. Well, 1860 certainly had the territorial advantage in that first half, and the only goal of the game coming on the counter-attack from Bayreuth. A couple of passes after a chance for 1860, and Bayreuth were rolling it into the net through George for the 1-goal lead. Been a little bit frustrating so far for 1860 away from home. You can expect them to come flying forward now. Michael Kölner, I'm sure, was not happy with that first half. Some of the decisions made in the final third, not up to scratch. And Bayreuth punishing them. Well, it'll be 1860 to get us back underway with the second period. And away we go. And it will be all out attack, I'm sure. Perhaps we will see Marcel Baer if it continues like this for a longer period. As Bayreuth dropping very, very deep to frustrate 1860. Not a lot of space out there, but the 1860 players still managing to get plenty of crosses into the box, which were all dealt with by the likes of Moos and Weber at the back for Bayreuth. Lahu passes the ball forward for Bayreuth here. It's a low one in. Morgalla had to clear. Perhaps Bayreuth enjoying themselves so much here, they will fight fire with fire. So the next ball comes into the box, and an easy one for Hiller. Eventual ball in from Greuss. Lannert. And the ball out of play. Good pressing there from Nollenberger. Winning a lot of key challenges so far in the game. The referee allowing it to flow. Only Stockinger has got into the books so far. It was for a little flare-up with Vrenetzi of 1860. Steinhardt, long ball forward. Well, and a chance for a shot from long range. It was trying his luck from all of 30 yards, but it floated well over the goal of Colbert. It looks as though 1860 are going to go much more direct in this second half to try and create chances, try and get Lachenmacher more involved. Again, the ball is picked up by Bayreuth. Ball delivered down the left here towards Nollenberger, right in the corner, and he's done very, very well indeed. Rolling it back here. The cross does come in towards George, and Verlat comes away with the ball. Deichmann here making great ground driving through midfield. He's brought down late, but the move's still developing. Vrenetzi. Deichmann is still down. As the shot eventually comes in. And Rieder forcing the keeper into a big save there. It's another one from Kolbe. Oh, that's much better from 1860. It looks as though they're adopting a shoot-on-sight policy to try and get the equaliser here. They might think away from home in a derby, a point is not bad. Steinhardt with the out-swinging corner now. It's gone over everyone. It will be kept in, though, for 1860. Back in again towards Lachenmacher. It's cleared. And once again, and the keeper coming out, Kolbe. He's got 2 fists to it. And he went near vertical. He could grab it the second time. Verlat's just losing track of the ball there, luckily, for Bayreuth. It's 5 minutes into the second half. 1860 really pushing now. Felix Weber was shown a yellow card for that challenge on Deichmann in the lead up to all those corners. He's going to have to watch himself for the remaining 40 minutes or so. They've got to keep their discipline, Bayreuth, both as far as cards are concerned and their shape. They've done so well so far as Renetzi is brought down by Tsenulahu. Happy at all, Tsenulahu. Taking down Vrenetzi. One for the team. And his free kick is a long way out. Surely too much for Vrenetzi to go for goal direct from here. Rather favours Steinhardt to feed the ball in towards the likes of Verlat. Vrenetzi, though, it is. And Verlat did get there. And just getting underneath the volley and over the bar. Oh, could have done better. He's disappointed with himself. This is where Bayreuth have to keep possession for as long as possible. Simple balls. They don't need to come rushing forward. Stockinger. And the ball across for Nollenberger. Just a couple of step overs. Henrich. And taking their time here. Henrich doing very well before the ball does come in eventually. But both George and Tsenulahu had gone near post. Oh, they're not panicking here, Bayreuth. Inside, they must be really buzzing. Leading against 1860. Free kick here for Hiller. In the left-back position. As Kirsch just taking a ride there. And Verl. Perhaps was given a little shove as well by Lachenmacher. Steinhardt. Flipped ball forward. It's a nice one as well. And it could have been very dangerous indeed. Skenderovic breaking in behind and the goalkeeper making it look so easy to pluck it from the air. Skenderovic just trying to loop it over him. chances now coming thick and fast for 1860. Ball just rolling out of play, that Hiller getting on with it immediately. The 10th minute of the second half. It remains 1-0 to Bayreuth. George with the goal in the first half. Steinhardt, it's a lovely ball. Lannert brings it down, tries to get it in towards Deichmann, who was in the central position. Again, the Bayreuth defence just holding fast. Now the counter-attack. Zinullahu doing very well indeed. He wants the corner. And he's not going to get it. Well, he can't believe it. After all that good work down the left-hand side, he doesn't even get a corner as his reward. But now they've got to get back and defend here. Bayreuth, as the push just comes in right on the halfway line. On Lachenmacher. Well, no goals in 4 games for Lachenmacher, but the team have still been performing. Can they get themselves back into this in the remainder of the game? Bayreuth fans really enjoying their afternoon here. In fact, got permission to get 2,000 more supporters through the gates for today's game. Such was the demand. Kirsch. Simple ball, popping it out to the left, all the way back now to Colbert, who's done really well to keep the clean sheet so far. Zinullahu trying to get forward, and I think there was a handball in there from Deichmann as he desperately tried to get the ball away from the Kosovan. Yep, just couldn't quite pull his arm away quickly enough, stopping it. And a set piece, a chance here for Bayreuth perhaps. Zinullahu looking up for options. Morse is up there at the edge of the box, looking for a late run in. It's a flat one in the end, didn't get it right at all. The good old up and under. Ball spinning though, away from Weber there. An offside flag raised anyway against Bayreuth. And the ball smashed clear by Steinhardt. That will be gratefully received for Hemmerich in the left-back position. As the clearance just hooked there from Colbert. Didn't get a lot of distance on that kick. The 1860 fans just seem to have gone a little bit quiet here. A bit of a lull in the match, coming up towards an hour. Perhaps Michael Kölner thinking of making some attacking changes here. They have been improved in the second half with a couple of chances already. Not too much of a cutting edge, as you would expect from the team second in the table against the bottom club. As the late run into the box from Verl, it was cleared away from him, now given away. In for Lachenmacher here. What's he going to do? Tries the cutback, and the chance here for Skenderovic. And it's somehow cleared by Bayreuth. They're getting through a lot of work, Bayreuth, in defence. Rieder. Ball towards Deichmann, and that will be a corner. Well, the corner will be taken right on 60 minutes. Are we going to see a big comeback here from 1860, or are Bayreuth going to hold firm? Steinhardt to deliver. So far his quality hasn't been what it should be, and once again it's the same case. George getting it clear at the near post. They need to do better than that 1860. As the counter-attack is on. Singalahu. And for George, lovely little rolled ball for Kirsch. He delays and he gets the ball in, and Nollenberger couldn't make proper contact with it. Disappointed. I think he just hit a divot as it came towards him, sat up. Play flies down the other end. There's a couple of half-hearted appeals for a handball there against Weber. Nothing doing. Lanart's good-looking ball, and excellent defending from Moos. Well, they don't really seem to care where the ball goes, Bayreuth, at the moment, as long as they get good distance on their clearances away from their own goal. Colbert trying to pick out the pass towards the halfway line. He's managed to do so. And Groys. Singalahu. And there's going to be another yellow card here. It's Heinrich going into the book this time. And that's his third of the season. Coming in hard here on Vrenetzi, right in front of the referee. Easy decision. Oh, no harm done to Vrenetzi. Looks as though Stockinger is in rather more trouble, but he is walking off the field with the physio. I think he'll be okay to continue. Oh, he's going to stay on. As we see that George is being withdrawn, it's going to be a double change, and in fact Stockinger is going to come off. So it's the ice coming on. Well, George, the goal scorer in the first half, withdrawn here with just over an hour gone. And Steininger also playing. So fresh legs for Bayreuth. No moves as yet from 1860. That's a surprise with Marcel Baer on the bench today. I thought we might see him around the hour mark if 1860 were still trailing, as they do. Surprise result so far in the Dritte Liga. That's with the deep ball in. And Steininger with his first touch gets it clear. Rieder. And forward from Mogala. That wrestled to the ground, and eventually the referee signalling for the free kick against Sea Ice. Certainly a free kick. 25 minutes to go. Bayreuth repelling everything so far from 1860. Kolber with a couple of good saves. As this is flicked on by Velat, it will drop well wide of goal. Bayreuth happy with how this is going so far, certainly. They've only got 2 wins all season long. Well, they have the experience to see this out, as it very much looks as though it's going to be a triple change from 1860. Kobylanski, one player coming on for sure. And Michael Kölner very disappointed, I think, in his team showing today. Perhaps the players off the bench will have that extra motivation to try and turn this around. So there's going to be a quick change, first of all, for Bayreuth. So it's going to be Zeynulahu who's withdrawn, more of an attacking player, just starting to shut up shop here, Bayreuth, with quarter of the game to go. I'm going to throw on the Swiss player Andermatt. So certainly a more defensive player than Zeynulahu. As the long throw comes in, 1860 still to make their change. And as now Steinhardt comes clear. Up for Vrenetzi. And it's an easy ball to intercept there for the new man, Andermatt. And now the ball out to the right. This is a sharp-looking counter-attack as the ball is flashed across the 6-yard area. Steininger doing so well there. And once again, Bayreuth not making contact with the chance. That's the 3rd time the ball has gone across the box like that. Well, it's going to be, in fact, a quadruple change for Michael Kölner. I think that signifies he's not happy at all. So Kobylanski, Vilch, Boyamba. And Talig all coming on. No Bear. As Vrenetzi is off. Lannert also. So it's going to be all-out attack by the looks of it. Deichmann also withdrawn after a bit of a disappointing performance today. The man who's been in really good form. So it looks as though they're just going to pack the forward positions here. 1860, go for broke, why not? 22 minutes for those 4 players to make an impression. As Velat nods it down here. And confirmation, Boyamba on for Verl. for the remaining 20 minutes. It looks as though it's going to be attack versus defence. Steinhardt looking forward for options. Finally into the channel towards Lachenmacher, who was offside. Good organisation again from Bayreuth. Now, here's the chance for Bayreuth just before those changes. Ice was closing in on it. You can see how close he is. He was just being tugged back perhaps by Morgalla. Couldn't quite get there. Offside flag raised against Bayreuth this time. A little bit stop-start, which is helping out the home team. As the run goes forwards here. Reader trying to get it in. This is Boyamba. Good run from him down the left. And towards the far post, and it's into the side netting. That was the big chance, perhaps, for 1860. And Skenderovic got there, and you just thought he was going to nod it across the goalkeeper and in. Went near post instead. Well, he scored in his last three, but his radar just off there. Well, the substitutes already starting to have an impact on the performance from 1860. Can they eventually wear down Bayreuth here? Perhaps stamina will have a big effect in this game. Bayreuth have really run themselves into the ground. And their squad, of course, not as deep as 1860's. Boyamba created that chance for Skenderovic. Morgalla decides to run into midfield. Clips it up towards Lachenmacher. It's over his head. And this is now Kirsch. Well, Bayreuth will be disappointed with that they couldn't hold on to the ball for longer. Making it easy for 1860. Inviting the away side onto them. Another long ball. And it's well dealt with in the end by Bayreuth that time. Heinrich doing very well. There's a couple more of their players are on the sidelines warming up. And can Velat find a way through from the back? Morgalla, Steinhardt. Talig out on the left-hand side this time, and his low ball in. It's blocked easily. And Bayreuth come away with the ball, looking to spray it out towards the left-hand side. And Ornberger doing well to get something on it. Thomas Kleiner just cannot stay still now. Nerves are jangling. 17 minutes remain. What a massive result this would be if they could hold on to it. Would give them great confidence for the rest of the season. As the cross is a good one, and it's Talig this time. nodding wide. They're getting closer, 1860. It's a great chipped cross in. Tallig arriving late. Couldn't find the target. Well, the majority of the chances in this second half falling for 1860, but they're yet to take one. Bayreuth have defended fantastically well. Remember, they're not in this position too often coming into the final 15 minutes in the lead, particularly against big clubs like 1860. Boyamba brings the ball down and goes to ground. No penalty. Bayreuth doing so well. I think it's Morgalla who is down in midfield for 1860. They're keeping the ball rolling. Sorry, it's Lachenmacher. He's just limping forward now. His team still in possession. He's been in the wars in this second half, Lachenmacher. Yet to have an effort on goal. Skenderovic looked to bring the ball down, went to ground as well. The referee was looking straight at it and no chance of the penalty. Steinhardt finding him. And there's no way you can give that as a penalty against Moors. Just strong defending. Making sure Skenderovic knew he was there. Marcel Baer on the sidelines. The 1860 fans excited to see him back in action. And they need him here. They need his nous in front of goal. Steinhardt looking for Lachenmacher. Again, compact defending from Bayreuth, and they can come clear here. Down the left-hand side, Nollenberger takes on Boyamba. Boyamba just grabbing him back. Well, it will be a yellow card for the substitutes. Well, he knew he was beaten here. Dragging back Nollenberger. That will do for Bayreuth. As they've got 13 minutes left to survive. Third yellow card of the season for Boyamba. As we're going to see another substitution made here by Bayreuth. Thomas Kleiner trying to freshen things up again. As Weber, it's a deflected cross in, it goes straight to Hiller. Still the only goal of the game from George, coming towards the end of the first half. And it's a shock result so far. Bayreuth, the bottom side, leading against 1860. As this one is rolled towards Kobylanski. Looked to cut it back with the cross. But two heads were there for Bayreuth. Already gone there. Verlat getting on with it. Steinhardt, deep cross in. The layoff comes to nothing. That's very good defending from Bayreuth indeed. They're keeping their heads here. They're not panicking. As you can see, Kolber waving his players forward. It's going to be a double change for Bayreuth imminently. So they'll sit back even more. Koblanski playing in the quarterback role, but that's going to find nobody. Not really sure what he saw there. He can do better than that, that's for sure. It's an enormous ball downfield from Colbert, looking to get the 1860 defence turned around. And then the whistle goes. And now they have the chance to make the change, or changes. As we also see that Bear coming on for 1860. This is his big comeback. He's got 10 minutes and his team are trailing. So it's Rieder off for 1860. It really is all-out attack now for the away side. Michael Kulner rolling the last dice here. Gets a warm round of applause from the 1860 fans as he comes on. Marcel Beer, the top scorer last season in the whole league. As Kutz and Lataya come on for Kirsch and Hemmerich. Oh, can they create a chance for Beer to take? He's been out for 3 months since the start of the season. Will he have his sharpness? A long ball again, out towards Talig. Can't bring it down. Oh, he's doing very well. Lachenmacher trying to nod it down towards Boyamba. Will be away by Bayreuth. Nollenberger. And it's good defending from Morgalla. Morgalla and Velad pressing up as much as possible, trying to put the squeeze on Bayreuth. Steinhardt towards Bear, nowhere near it. The defender read it. Just over 8 minutes to go for Bayreuth to survive. It would be heartbreaking here for them if they were to concede this late on after all that good work. But they forced the team second in the league to put all of their attackers on. And 1860 trying to pin them back, but they're getting enough distance on their clearances to concern 1860. Talig. Koblanski under pressure. Nollenberger pushing up. Now a long straight ball, again it's headed away. Well, it's all a little bit predictable at the moment from 1860. There are so many players forward. They're also perhaps getting in each other's way as Boyamba feeds this one in, the nod down, and it's into the arms of Colbert. It looked as though the goalkeeper had just got underneath it there. There it's looks as though he's in a little bit of trouble, but perfectly positioned. Had a header down, I think, from Vilsch. Boyamba wanted the free kick. Gonna get it. Lataya on the dribble, and just seeing his heels clipped there by Steinhardt. Free kick by Bayreuth. So Heinrich has just taken a blow to the nose here. He's up and ready to go. And it's just been confirmed, 12,000 here in the Hans-Walter Wild Stadion. Complete sellout. And the home side have really performed for all those fans as well. The ball comes in and Hiller, one of the top keepers in the league, comes out easily to collect. There's Baer. Well, he doesn't look rusty at all, running down that right wing at pace. Boyamba trying to stretch the Bayreuth defence as the volley's hammered in by Kobylanski. It's blocked and blocked again. Well, it's chaos in there as eventually a Bayreuth shirt gets it away. 5 minutes to go. And Nollenberger now carrying the ball forward. Nice. Got players up there with him. Nollenberger, it's a poor clearance. And Hiller with the save. Well, if he could have finished that off there, Nollenberger, that would surely have been the points in the bag. It's poor defending from 1860. He lines it up, maybe didn't get a hold of the shot as he wanted to. Lachenmacher with the layoff to Skenderovic. Still on, those two, despite all the attacking changes. Steinhardt with the delivery. I think he'd already gone out of play. And Baer, it came off his forehead anyway, just skimmed him. It looked as though it had gone. He was in the clear there. Baer will have been disappointed, even though it had gone out of play, not to get the shot on target. Steininger can chase this down. Malat gets there first. Just a little bit of a delay there from both players. Heinrich and Amat keeping the ball well here, Bayreuth. 3 minutes to go. As a shot comes in from range. And it deflected on its way through. It will be a corner. Oh, this is brave from Bayreuth, really putting heart and soul into this. And they haven't been scared to come forward when they can. It has been a backs-to-the-wall performance in the second half, but they've got themselves a corner. 3 minutes to go. Mataya takes. And they're going to try and keep it in, but Boyamba picks up the ball. Mogala. And the next raking ball forward. Lachenmacher with the nod down towards Skenderovic. And Bayreuth just getting toe ends on the ball to make it uncomfortable for 1860. Not letting the away side have anything here, as Andermatt has just stayed down. It's a heavy collision. Just losing his footing there and getting caught up in the feet of Skenderovic. Perhaps a chance just to take the sting out of the game as well. With 2 minutes to go. Steinhardt just feeling it. Steinhardt with the long throw. Again, a defender gets there. Volleyed clear. There's no one in the attacking half for Bayreuth. Less than 90 seconds on the clock. This would be a famous victory for the home side. Absolutely unexpected against second-placed 1860. This really puts the cat amongst the pigeons as well. At the top of the Dritte Liga. Boyamba. As Verlat looks to head the ball across, and it's cracking defending. Well, Verlat now an auxiliary attacker. Moos doing so well to get it clear. Yeah, he's looking for the run of Bayer. And Moos getting there first, conceding the corner, but they can reset here. Bayreuth, last minute of the 90. It's a good delivery, but as it's headed, it's an underarm catch for the Bayreuth keeper, Kolbe. Oh, there's going to be 4 minutes of time added on, apparently. Wow, look at the passion on the sidelines from the Bayreuth head coach there, Thomas Kleider. He's lived every kick here. It looked improbable that Bayreuth would even get anything out of this game. Coming up towards kick-off against the big hitters 1860, but they deserve this. They got the lead through George coming up towards half-time, and they have defended for their lives. They've really limited 1860 to only a couple of chances in this second half. And importantly for them, it would also lift them off the bottom as the chances there, perhaps on the follow-up, and a double save from Hiller. Well, not only are they defending, they're also looking to finish it off. It's a great header. Hiller with the diving stop. Let's see ice. Well, attack is the best form of defence at the moment for Bayreuth, perhaps. Next cross from 1860, and Bayer allowing it to go out for the corner. We're almost halfway through the 4 minutes of time added on. Bayreuth almost cementing the result there. And Martin Zia Ice with the double chance. Still 1860 pushing on. Boyamba. Talig, and he goes for it from distance. He was leaning back, and it's gone well over the bar. And perhaps a pass into the box would have been the better recommendation there. Kolbe telling his players to get upfield here. He wants this as far away from his goal as possible. 90 seconds to go in stoppage time. Well, the Bayreuth fans can't believe what they're seeing here. It's the header from Verlat. Straight to a Bayreuth player, but Steinhardt can mop up. And they get just one more chance, 1860. Talig. This time with the pass, Boyamba. We're into the final 60 seconds. A deep one, and it curls away there from Kobylanski. And look at the smile on the face of Kolbe. He knows they're getting closer and closer. The referee just making sure there's no time wasting, but Kolbe going through every trick in the book to run down the seconds. What a result for the bottom side coming into it. They've gone above Erzgebirge Aue as it stands. Zia Ice there just sticks the shoulder in on Steinhardt. Play goes on. And 1860, well, it's out for the throw-in. And it's in the attacking half for Bayreuth. Surely they've done it here. As the whistle goes for full time, and that is incredible. Bayreuth beat 1860 by 1-0 in the derby here. An unexpected shock result, as George's goal in the first half enough to win it for them. Backs to the wall in the second half as 1860 came back at them, but they didn't really create too much. And in goal, Colbert saved a couple of those opportunities, but it ends 1-0 to Bayreuth. A fantastic result in the Dritte Liga. Well, thanks very much for joining us then for that match. A great result for the home side, and perhaps they can get the fillip for the rest of the season. 1860 disappointed. You can join us next week for more of the Dritte Liga. Thank you very much, and goodbye.